Hey, Frank, I'm Ahearn, privacy consultant, blackmail consultant, author of How to Disappear, and the self-help guide to stopping blackmail. So I want to talk about the truths of stopping and ending blackmail. Number one, if you're a victim of blackmail, you're freaking out, you don't know what to do, you're searching information online, you're trying to contact some people that can help. When the truth is, you have to be more cautious in the help that you choose as opposed to just accepting the first sort of help that somebody's willing to offer, because you need to know what you're getting. Number one, okay, not all blackmail is exposed. So just because you're going through victimization doesn't mean they want to expose you. Blackmail is about threaten, get paid, threaten, get paid. There's no money in threaten, expose. Now, unless you connect with some, maniacal blackmailer who just gets off on destroying people's lives. But most blackmailers you encounter are money blackmailers. And it's a business and you want to get paid. The other thing is, you can't ignore blackmail because it doesn't go away. You can't wish, you can't pray, you can't hope, because it's just unrealistic. You have to take action. Okay, and action means being cool, putting that fear, sticking it down, and just standing up for yourself, because it's a time you have to be strong. Because a lot of people contact me and they're freaking out and they're falling to pieces. And if anything, this is not the time to fall to pieces. There's three things to think about in blackmail. There's protecting your identity, there's preventing exposure, and there's getting rid of the blackmailer. All three will lead to the success of ending it unexposed. It's not an easy process. It takes a couple of weeks to get rid of a blackmailer. And it's the most stressful thing you will ever experience. The first thing you need to do when you become a victim of blackmail is you need to stall for time, okay? Because they want a payment and they want a payment now and they're hammering you down. But you need to stall for time and say you need 24 or 48 hours to get money. You have to stand your ground, as hard and difficult as it is, because the second you pay that, they're asking for more, and you're right back in that situation. This way, if you get that 24-hour, 48-hour stall, you will then have the ability to then search online and find out the best possible way to combat the blackmail. Because if you pay, they're just hitting you up and you just can't get your head together. So you need that space, okay? Now, you have to be careful when you hire a company to assist with your blackmail. Number one, okay, because you're a victim of blackmail does not mean your life is going to be a disaster. It's a 50-50 shot, okay? But you shouldn't base help on fear, okay? Your help should be based on, how are you going to help protect my identity? What are you going to do? B, how do you prevent the exposure? Does it sound real what the company's telling you? How do you get rid of them? How do you make sure they don't contact me in the future? So these are things you need to ask yourself. You need to ask the person who's going to help you. Now, if you are a victim of blackmail, I can assist. I provide consultations. In my consultation, I will explain to you how blackmail works, particularly the blackmailers you connected with, because there are certain geographical blackmails that exist out there that are, huge organizations. I will then explain to you how you combat the situation, what you can do for yourself. Also talk about your identity and your focus online and becoming more private like that. And I also offer a takeover service where I pose as you and I get rid of the blackmailer. Once they're in my hands, they're out of your hands. And for those of you who don't have the budget, my book, The Self-Help Guide to Stopping Blackmail, is a great help and will aid you in getting through the blackmail successfully. So if you have any questions, check out my website, drop me an email, but be safe and think with your head, not with your fear.